Ciaran here from Boxing Bants. I'm here back in SPG Tala. This time I'm with G-Train. Graham Cormack. Yeah, not too bad. Obviously, literally just before you got here, you just announced that you've just got a hand injury.
Yeah.
What is it exactly? Do you know yet?
To be honest, I hurt it and I think it was the 5th or 6th round in my last fight. It swelled up a bit. I didn't give it the time it needed, I think, to let it rest up. I went back training straight away because I had been told about a fight in London in June, a really interesting fight, a really good fight against another Irish fighter. So I was excited about that, so I obviously went back training, maybe a bit too soon with the swelling in my fingers and my knuckle, and it just seems to have come back now, man, since the last week, and it's absolutely troubling me, man. And I had a chat with my manager, Stephen Charter, I had a chat with my trainer at Highlands, and they're just not happy with me to go forward with the fight in 6 weeks, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, look, I mean, it's not a major injury, I don't think there's anything broken. I'm going to go to the hospital tomorrow and get it x-rayed just to make sure, but you know, I do think it's a couple of weeks, maybe rest, no punching. I think I'll be back then, you know what I mean? And hopefully we can get that same fight that was supposed to be made, like, you know what I mean? And I want to fight that guy, and I'm pretty sure he wants to fight me. He knows who he is. You know, I know who you are, you know who I am. Let's get it on, rugby player. I want to fight you want to fight me. Let's get it on.
When do you think, now with the injury, when do you think you will be fighting him?
Look, I'm not too sure. I don't know. You know the way boxing is. You know, unfortunately, this is boxing. Like, you know what I mean. And when we get injured, you know, I suppose I got to look after my tools. Unfortunately, I could have trained on and took the fight, and then with an injured hand, and you know, you can't do that mentally, man. You know what I mean. You're not going to be prepared. You're not going to be prepared fully. So, hopefully, man, we can get it on soon. Like, you know what I mean. I was talking to the manager, and the next available slot, as soon as my hand is better, like, we'll be able to get it on. I don't see why not. Like, look, the guy, he's a fair enough guy. I'm a fair enough guy. I've nothing bad to say about him. I'm sure he's not bad to say about me. You know, the fight will be made, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. There's no quarrels between anyone, like, so it's not like, I hate him and he hates me or anything like that. Like, there's no beef for that. Not yet, anyway. Well, look, I mean, I'm sure once the next available slot comes, once my injury's back, we can get it on, no problem, man.
So obviously you're 4-0 at the moment, relatively new into the program. How are you finding the transition? And obviously you're with the Highland group here, so yourself and Siobhan are commuting quite a bit each week more at the tail end of each week to train up here. How are you finding it?
Yeah, look, I mean, I've been with Eddie since December 2017 now, and is it 17? Yeah, I think it's 17. But I'm finding it great, man. I love what I do, you know what I mean? I'm really passionate about boxing, and it has given me a second chance at life as well, you know what I mean? It has really given me another life, man, you know, so I'm blessed with this. I mean, the transition has been different, man, you know what I mean? It's been different, you know, style-wise and changing things up, and I suppose I've done things kind of like I've went in the ring with a game plan and thrown the game plan out the window most all the times, and you know, now we've Padjo in the corner as well, and Tommy McCormack, and you know, look, I'm blessed to have the lads, and like I said, the styles are all different and all, but I have went my own way in fights sometimes and thrown the game plan when I haven't showed my actual boxing ability in the ring. I've listened to the crowd too much. I haven't listened to my corner, and I've got mixed up in fights when I shouldn't have. You know what I mean? So like, I'm looking forward now to progressing and actually showing my boxing ability as well. You know what I mean? Instead of just showing that I can get in, stand there and throw punches. Like, cause yes, it is a fight. It is a fight game. It is boxing, but it's also a game of art and a game of hit and don't be hit. And I can do that too. Like, so I'm looking forward to progressing and showing that as well. You know.
So you're a super welterweight. Would you say you're a super welterweight, or are you looking to fight really in between any weights at all? If there's a belt on the line at either, I don't know, let's just say middleweight, welterweight, are you willing to make the sacrifices for them?
I'm not too sure about welterweight now, like, but
no.
Look, super welter or middle, like, I'm not the kind of guy that's like, oh, I want titles, I want this. I'm in no position to call anybody up for titles. I just want to fight, you know what I mean? I love what I do. I love fighting. I love boxing. You know, it's a fantastic sport full of great fighters. Ireland is full of fantastic talent now. We've loads of fighters all over the country, so it's just a great sport to be involved in now. So yeah, light middleweight or midweight, I'd say it'd be my go-to. You know what I mean? I don't see myself. I would definitely try, but I'm a big guy outside the camp. I put on weight really easy, like, you know what I mean? Like, I swear, man, if I fucking walk past McDonald's, man, my ass starts jiggling, man, you know what I mean? I'm 2 or 3 kilos heavier, like, so I don't know, welterweight, but definitely light middle and middleweight would definitely be a go-to for me, man, definitely 100%.
So obviously very early on in your pro career last year, around this time last year, I'd say, you had a couple of losses in your life and things like that. How close were you to actually walking away from the sport, or if not, did it make you kick on even more?
I'll be honest with you, man, that was a tough time in life, man, a real tough time in life, and it kind of, you know, it makes us who we are when we deal with adversity, man. You know what I mean? It's did I want to throw in the towel? There was thoughts on it, like not on boxing in general, but on that fight and just on life at the time, because it felt like, Jesus, man, like this stuff's after happening. My best friend get murdered and my father-in-law dying 2 days later. It was a real tough time, man. You know what I mean? It was a tough time for my wife. It was a tough time for my best friend Pat's family and my family, everybody, you know. And I suppose it showed me myself what kind of person I actually am, like, you know what I mean? And it showed me how bad I want this and how bad I want to be successful in life. And unfortunately, to be successful in life, we have to deal with these things. We have to push forward when things go against us. And I suppose it's knowing that, having faith that everything will be okay, even if it's not going right at the time, if you know what I'm saying. That was a really, really tough time in my life. It was absolutely horrendous, but I do feel like I made the right decision. And it was really hard time, because my wife was destroyed, my friend's family was destroyed, everyone was going through a real hard time. But I spoke to a couple of really close people. I spoke to myself, man, as mad as that sounds. I spoke to God, man, and I knew what I needed to do, man. And you know, I went in and I boxed well and I got a good win. And I'm glad I did, man, because if I had thrown in the towel, I think any time life would have got tough, I would have thrown in the towel. And I come from a tough life, man. You know what I mean? Boxing, like, I've never gone into it, and I won't get into it for a while of where I've come from. But I've come from a rough life, man. I've come back from the brinks of Extinction, man. I have come back from really tough stuff, and this was another challenge set in my way for me to overcome. And I think I overcame it, and I think by overcoming it, I became a stronger person. You know what I mean? I think I became stronger in life. Now, I'll be honest with you, man, after the fight and after the come down, you know, it was hard for a couple of weeks, man. It was hard. I dealt with a lot of stuff mentally. My wife was dealing with a bit of stuff, you know, and it kind of went down a bit. But you know, I picked myself back up. My wife picked herself back up, and we helped each other grow. And I've grown from it, man. And I know, if I could say to anybody that's struggling out there right now in life, anyone that's going through hard times, if you just hang in there, you know what I mean, and push through the hard times, it really does help you, man. And you come out the stronger side all the time, like, you know. And I do feel like with that situation happening in life, I have come out stronger as a person because of it, you know. Yeah.
So it reminds me a lot of, I know people have different views on the man, but Chris Eubank Senior, he said it's the times he got knocked down in fights he was losing by miles and things like that. He never got up to actually necessarily say or state that he was going to win the fight. He got up, he said, to act. He says it was him acting to say, what did you do in your time of need? What did you do at your most vulnerable position? Yeah. Did you get up or did you stand? And he said, you know, Joe Calzaghe, he said when he got knocked down, he said he stood up, he was sitting there, he goes, right, I'm going to get my arse whooped now for 12 rounds, but he said, I'm just going to stand up and show people that in my time of need, I'm still going to stand up and take my beating. Like,
of course, and listen, I completely agree with that, man, and it's absolutely amazing. Like, and to be honest, I've been dropped twice in my fights, you know, and I've gotten up both times and I've come back 100 times stronger. I honestly think life, no matter what it is, whether it's boxing, whether it's anything in life, it isn't about the fall, man, it's about the rise. And I've had times in my life, in my 20s, where I have fallen very, very far behind, where I have fallen down, where I've done some terrible things, where I've been through some bad stuff, but I've come back from it. It took me a while, but I've come back from it. And now I am a very strong person. Mentally I'm strong, spiritually I'm strong, physically I'm strong, and I'm enjoying my life. Whereas, man, if I had went down the road I was going on, man, I wouldn't be here today. I'd be dead, or I'd be in prison, or I'd be doing something. So I'm very, very grateful that I have that attitude towards life, that I have the mental strength to keep pushing forward when things go. Like, I mean, even with this injury, man, I'm gutted about this. I'm absolutely gutted about it. But I suppose this is life. You know what I mean? If I was to sit down and go, oh, Jesus, what am I going to do now, man? Fuck, my hand's injured. Fuck. All right, I'll rest up, let it heal up, and then get to fight again a couple of months on. There's nothing I can do about it, man. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, that's how life goes. Like, and I see lots of people, man, that you know, I'd like to be able to shake and go, you know, come on, man, you know, push through, because that's all it is, man. It just takes that little bit of grit, that little bit of determination, that little bit of self-will to say, all right, I can withstand this storm and I can push through. You know what I mean? That's what life is about for me, man. You know what I mean? And just boxing just makes me express that a lot more, you know. And I just want to say I'm very lucky with the team I have around me, man. You know what I mean? Because they all help me grow through that as well, you know. Yeah. So it's great to have that attitude and to be surrounded by people with that attitude. You know, the Highlands, my team down home in Limerick, Nullball, my managers, you know, my team, the lads that I train with, you know, we all have the same kind of mentality, like, and I'm very lucky that I have that, like, you know.
So just before we wrap up, some of your training partner, one of your training partners, Jake Haney.
Yeah, I knew we were going to go there.
He says, by the way, it's an honour to train with you.
Jake's my man. Me and Jake, we can all go it's an honour to him and all the lads, Carl, Siobhan. You know, we're all a family up here, man. That's one thing I'd say. We're all a family. We're close knit. We slag the bollocks out of each other. Like, I mean, Eddie, Page, the whole lot of us, man. But we're a family, man. You know what I mean? And when one of us in there, we're all in there. So I'll let you fire out your question, and I'll answer it honestly.
So two things.
Okay.
Who did you think won the fight? And secondly, just a lot of back and forth and animosity going towards between the two of them. Jake says that he wasn't 100% for the fight. He says things are going to change. A lot of fighters I've spoken to, I've had very, very mixed reviews over who won it, who thinks that they will win it. Carly is probably the only one I would say he's fought Victor himself, and he said that Victor will win.
Yeah, I seen that a while ago.
Who do you think won the fight, and who do you think will win the rematch?
I'll be straight up honest, man. You know, and I know Victor will say this. I like Victor. He's a nice guy. I have nothing against him. You know, he's a nice. Anytime I spoke to him, we've gotten on. I honestly think I thought Jake won the fight. I thought he landed the cleaner blows. I thought he was the more aggressive. Victor did look good, but I didn't think he done enough in the rounds to win the fight.
Yeah.
That's just my perspective on it. You know, I'm not a judge. I'm not saying, it's because I'm a teammate of Jake. It's the truth. That's how I saw the fight. I thought he got it because I thought he'd done enough. Also, you got to take out into account, and I know everyone's saying, but Jake was out for 2 years, man. He was out for 2 years. You know, it was his first fight back. It was a big fight. Victor Raboy is a very good boxer. You can't take that away from him. He's a very, very good, gifted boxer. And Jake's over 2 years. I hope the rematch. I'm pretty sure the rematch is going to go ahead. I do think Jake will win it. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to it because, as I said, Victor's a nice guy. It's going to be a great fight. But of course, I'm going to side with my man Jake Henney. I do think he'll win. You know, and I'm looking forward to the rematch, man. To be honest, man, I just want to say fair play to the two boys because it's exciting to see, man, that kind of rivalry in boxing. Do you know? We need that stuff in boxing, man. Fair play to the two boys keeping it going. And to be honest, I think it really is animosity. Like, I don't think the boys like each other. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't think people realise I'm the middleman and all this. Like, and you don't understand the text I get from both of them. Like, it's just like,
this is boxing, though. You know what I mean? This is not figure skating. This is not fucking pole. This is not. This is boxing. This is a fighting sport. This is what it's about. You know what I mean? The two fellas that I really don't think like each other. They've already fought each other. They're looking to fight each other again. You know what I mean? It makes sense. They're arguing. Yeah, it's great to see. I think that's great for the boxing public. That's what the boxing public want to see, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that rematch, and I do think Jake's going to win it.
It's crazy looking at it now. Like after just a couple of interviews forward and back between them now, they could easily headline one of those TG. People just be dying to watch just the build up to it and just the fight itself. I don't think people would even care for having the undercard fights.
I reckon they could headline some field in Dublin. People want to see him fight again now, man. You know what I mean? And yeah, look, it's going to be great. Looking forward to it. Fair play to the two boys.
No bother. Well, I really appreciate your time, Wayne. I would shake your right hand. I'll shake your hand. But
thanks very much.
Thanks very much for the interview. All right.